Now into the part where we're going to be factoring things with a is not equal to 1. There's going to be problems coming where we have to do the whole process, but the first problem like this is just going to reinforce what the process asks us to do. Our goal, remember, is to split this 24x in the middle when we're factoring 5x squared plus 24x plus 16. If we can properly split it, then the result can be factored by grouping. But in this problem, they're not asking us to do that hard work. All they're asking us to do is show how we run this cross method. So basically what I've told you is you take the first term times the last term to get what the product should be, or what goes in the top of your cross here. 5 times 16, my calculator tells me is 80. That's what would go in the top of my cross, and that's what the product must be. For as far as what the sum should be, that's just exactly what's in front of the middle term. That's what goes in the bottom, 24. So the sum of these two must be 24. So again, remember that when we're doing this method, we take first term times last term to get the product, and then we just carry down the middle term with its sign in order to get what the sum should be. If I had to do this and had to figure out what gets me to 80 and adds to 24, I would eventually wind up with 20 and 4, which multiplies to 80 and adds to 24. But this question doesn't even ask me to go that far. It just asks me to find what the product is and what the sum is. For number 9, they actually make us solve out the whole thing. So we're going to do those same first two steps. 8 times 1 is going to give me my product of 8. And then I'm going to carry down this negative 9 to say what we then have as a sum. If I'm looking for two things that multiply to a positive number and add to a negative number, they both have to be negative. So now I'm looking for two negative numbers that multiply to 8 and add to negative 9. That's going to be negative 8 and negative 1. Since I have these middle two numbers, what that really allows me to do is rewrite my original equation. So I'm now going to write it as 8x squared instead of minus 9x, minus 8x minus 1x, and then plus 1. So really mathematically these are equivalent, but by breaking it up like this, I can now group the first two and last two terms together. When I group the first two terms together, 8x squared minus 8x, 8x is what comes out, leaves me with x minus 1. When I group the last two terms together, negative x plus 1, that I can take a negative 1 out of, and then it'll look the same, x minus 1. Our goal was to get the same parentheses inside so that we can do outsides times insides. That makes our final answer 8x minus 1 times x minus 1.